Welcome to Cosmic Scene with Jill Jardine. I'm your host, Jill Jardine, Master's in Counseling Psychology, longtime astrologer, psychic healer, and yogi. In today's episode, I have a very special guest. You've heard her before, SL-369, a cryptocurrency clairvoyant. SL and I are going to share our predictions for October, November 2021 in the cryptocurrency markets. We have hot tips for you and a lot of information, insights, and astrological hits. So stay tuned. Welcome to the episode on cryptocurrencies starring my guest, SL-369. SL-369 is a cryptocurrency clairvoyant who has been channeling visions about cryptocurrency coins since 2018. SL-369 has an 80 to 85% accuracy with her crypto visions. SL stands for Star Seed and Light Worker. The number 369 was inspired by Nikola Tesla's theory that these numbers are the key to the universe. SL-369 shares her crypto visions on Telegram, Twitter, and her YouTube channel. SL-369 has a very active Patreon site where she shares her crypto dreams and visions daily. Check it out on www.patreon.com/SL369crypto. She also has a Twitter account, twitter.com/cryptosl369. And check her out on YouTube. Check out SL369. She also has a Telegram account, https:/t.me/SL369. So I want to welcome my guest, SL369. Thanks for coming back. We've been getting a lot of very positive response from your previous podcast, so we got to keep this going, especially when we're getting to the Mr. Toad's Wild Ride in the crypto.
Thank you for having me today. It's good to be back.
And what are we going to share today, or what are you going to share? And I'll pipe in with some astrological info.
Yeah, today we can talk about what's going on this month and the next month and probably November. And then I will continue to share a couple of some coin that people should pay attention to or pick up before have a bigger rise.
Yes, the hot tips. You shared it last time. People loved it.
That's awesome.
So what do you see, or give us the update for what you see going on in late September, and then we'll jump into October because I'm very excited about October astrologically. I've been saying this since we were doing the predictions since June about October being the takeoff month. So
yeah, so from now until the end of the month, the market will rebound. There is a possibility that we could have a correction tomorrow, but I'm not 100% sure.
Which would be the 16th of September. Right.
My spirit guide haven't provided me the price corrections, but there's a possibility that we could see a little bit downward movement, and then at the end of the month as well. So, and then in October, the market will have a bigger boost, go up a little bit higher than this month, September. And then November, that's when a lot of people starting to want to take profit and so on. So that's when the market are going a lot higher than today.
Right, and I agree with you. September is going to be kind of interesting because we do have a full moon coming on the 20th, which is Monday the 20th of September. And always full moons can be a little volatile, especially with things like markets and cryptocurrency, because it looks like it's a stable time, but it's not. Full moons are never stable. They tend to be erratic. They affect tides. They affect people's bodies. They affect so much on this planet, cycles. So there could be like a correction going around, as you said, from like the 16th to the 21st because of the full moon being very, very erratic. But then I do agree with you that October astrologically is go time. Especially, I mean, the first date, we can go back and forth and discuss this, but the first date on my radar for things really moving forward is on October 6th, because that happens to be a new moon, and new moons are always indicative of new cycles or new beginnings. But Pluto, which is the planet of transformation, death, rebirth, it rules Scorpio, which is a money sign by natural rulership. That will be going direct in Capricorn. Capricorn tends to rule commerce. So we're going to see between a new moon and Pluto going direct on October 6th that things are going to really start moving. What do you feel about early October?
So I think let's backtrack a little bit. So I think tomorrow, September 16, we could have a little bit a pullback. And then the market has been very strong and bullish. The market doesn't go down and stay down for multiple days. So earlier you said that from September 16 to September 20th, 21st,
Yeah.
the market could go down. I think if the market go down, it will go down for a day or 2 days, and then it bounced back.
Right.
And then on September 20th is the full moon. I think that day is volatile. The market could see some little, some red day, but the market hasn't been staying down for multiple days.
Well, that's probably it. It's 9/16 to 20/21. It won't go down. It will be like down a little bit, back up, down a little bit, back up, and then on the 20th there could be a little bit of a slight dip. But I think then after that we're going to start seeing a consistent upward movement with crypto and Bitcoin and some of the other coins, especially the ones, it's funny, I was looking at the charts to see who has anything, what coins have anything strong, or the more popular coins have any strong Capricorn. And there's two that jump out at me right away. Digibite has strong Capricorn planets, 4 planets in Capricorn, including their Pluto. And when Pluto goes direct, it's between the Venus in Capricorn and Mercury in Capricorn for Digibite, so that might get a nice little boost. And also Etherium has a moon in Capricorn, so Pluto going direct is going to start moving back towards Ethereum's moon. That could give it a nice little boost. And the other interesting thing is that Shiba, we've talked about this coin before, and the fact there is a blockage because Saturn has been opposing the Leo sun of the coin Shiba, but the Pluto direct on the 6th is going to be interesting because Pluto is in Capricorn, as is Saturn in the Shiba chart. So something that has been a blockage perhaps is going to get some movement. It's not fully in the clear, but we might see some interesting movement. And then Bitcoin, of course, is a sun in Capricorn. So, and it's got Jupiter. It's Jupiter, the planet of abundance, is in Capricorn. So Pluto going direct in Capricorn, all 4 of those coins are going to get a benefit from that. I can't really say how much. I think the Ethereum, Digibite, and the Bitcoin, the true cryptos, are going to get a really strong push. Shiba has to deal with that opposition from Saturn for the next few months.
Can you elaborate on opposition?
Yeah, so in astrology, when we have a transiting planet, in this case Saturn is in Aquarius, opposing Shiba's sun in Leo, it's going to keep some things in a holding pattern. Whenever anything in a person's chart or in a organization, or in this case, a cryptocurrency coin's chart, is having an opposition from an outer planet such as Saturn or Pluto, especially because they're a hard school of hard knocks planets, you're going to see that there's some, in Pluto's case, birthing pains, and in Saturn's case, that there's something to do with the population, with the society, that, or just some kind of, let's call it technical or other type of unexpected issue coming up. And so that's what Shiba's been dealing with, some unexpected issues with Saturn opposing its sun.
Do you know when the problem or issue will be resolved based on astrology?
Well, the Saturn opposition to the natal sun of Shiba basically winds down by January 2022. And then it's going to be able to enjoy Pluto over its Saturn in February, March, April of 2022. So that could really help to release some kind of ongoing blockage and almost like allow Shiba to rebirth itself in some way.
Interesting. Are you saying that in October, November, and December, Shiba won't see much upward movement.
I mean, the Saturn is kind of a hard nut to crack. And the fact that Saturn is going to be, it's going forward. Saturn, actually, this is a good segue. Saturn goes forward on the 10th or goes direct after being retrograde for several months. That's on the 10th of October. It's still going to take a couple months for it to move off of what we call opposition. That's why it's still in a bit of a holding pattern, but Saturn going direct is going to be good for a lot of situations, including the crypto. And I guess this is a good segue to the next powerful date in October that we all have to keep our eye on, which is, this is like my favorite date, October 18th, because we have two planets going direct. The 6th and the 18th are big picture items because we have two planetary actions happening on both those days. The 6th, as I mentioned, is a new moon in Libra, and Pluto goes direct in Capricorn, sign of commerce. And then on the 18th of October, we have Jupiter, the great abundance and benefic planet, goes direct on the 18th, the same day that Mercury goes direct after being retrograde. And that's something that people need to keep in mind. Mercury is going to be retrograde from September 27th through October 18th. It's in Libra, and Libra's the balance or the scale. So, it's going to be, we're not going to really see the full picture, my prediction, of full-on profits until after October 18th, because the Mercury retrograde can sometimes give a false vision, or that there'll be some erratic or up and down.
Yeah, that's good to know for the audience, so they can take some note and pay attention to when they can expect the market to go up.
Yeah, so I'll just repeat those dates, big dates, the 6th of October, the 10th, Saturn goes direct, and the 18th. What's your outlook on October, SL?
I think in October, the market will move up quite a bit, a lot higher than today. So right now, Bitcoin is at 48,242. So I think we will hit in the $50,000 range in October.
That's excellent.
Yeah, we could go up to like 55,000 or maybe 60 in October.
Any other predictions for coin values that are going to go up in October?
So a lot of these coins will go up quite a bit. Like we can see like 10% rise or 25% rise per day. There are just so many coins. In particular, any coin that is dealing with, they have a platform that dealing with NFT or gaming coin. One of them is Solana, Etherium, Polkadot, Avalanche, Terra Luna. So it's Luna, I call them Luna. And then Axie Infinity is a gaming coin. So those coins will continue to do really well.
And why is that? Why would that be?
So gaming and NFT is really sort of popular, is in right now.
For those who might not know what NFT is, what is that?
Non-fungible, I forgot the rest. But basically is, let me Google that. It's basically, in real life, we have like rare art.
Yes.
Like, one of a kind that Mona Lisa, there's only one original art. And then people can pay like, $6 million for it. And then one day if that owner wants to sell Mona Lisa, they have to auction it off. So in digital currency, people can sit at home and create an original digital art. They call them NFT, so it's non-fungible tokens. So they sit at home, create, draw an art, and then they save it as JPEG, and then they put it on a website. There's a multiple website on blockchain that you can sell it. And then you can sell it. You can sell for a penny to like $6,000 to $6 million. And then there's people actually buy it. Some people buy and then resell it, and some people buy and keep it. So really weird. Astrology has something with NFT right now, but it's really hot. And so another sector that is really popular right now is gaming coin. Gaming, you can play game and then you earn tokens. Token has value.
Yes.
They sell on exchange. If a token the value 25 cents and you sit there all day, 8 hours a day, you play game, you earn like 300 token. One of my member said that he making like $20,000 a day. A month playing games. Like I don't play games, so and people who like to play game is good for them. But gaming coin and NFT is really in right now.
Yeah, I would astrologically, I would owe that to the Jupiter in Aquarius. And guess what? It's still retrograde. And the fact that it's already doing well under a Jupiter retrograde in Aquarius, because that would be abundance coming in like a new way. And it seems to be like one of the latest developments in the cryptocurrency world. And the other thing is that we now have some planets in Libra, including Venus, and then Mars is going to go in there at the end of the month. Venus is in, so Libra harmonizes with these Aquarian planets, the Saturn and Jupiter, which is all about things like trading. And that's why it's kind of boom time. But that's why it's like, hold on to your hat. When Jupiter goes direct on the 18th, everything's going to take off. But especially those in Saturn going direct on the 10th. Again, these newer technologies are really going to get a boon.
So the 18th of September or the 18th of October?
October.
Okay.
6th, 10th, and 18th of October, key dates because of the planets going direct.
Yeah, then if so, then any crypto that related to NFT or gaming coin, the price will have a bigger rise.
Yes, they'll be, because the fact they're already being affected with Jupiter retrograde. So once it goes direct, and we still have Mars in Libra, and the Sun will be in Libra from the 22nd of September through October 23rd. Libra and Aquarius play nicely together, and the only thing Libra is the scales. So things trying to find balance, it's going to be a little bit. But I think once we get to the 6th of October, it's an upward trajectory through most of November too. And so when we come back, we're going to talk about some of these other situations we see arising with the crypto market, and SL will share hot tips and other information. So stay tuned. So now we're going to talk about the trajectory through October and to early November, and how it will be boom time. And SL asked me off mic, what about the full moon on October 20th? Is that going to affect, as full moons can tend to disrupt? And looking at the astrology, it comes 2 days after Jupiter and Mercury have gone direct. So my answer to that was, I think that moon, the moon is in Aries and the sun is in Libra, that it's going to actually expand or blow up what is going to happen in the next few weeks with the crypto market. It's going to be amplification, because a full moon will always amplify something.
I see. I agree with that.
And as we were saying, that October looks like boom time, and we're coming into early November. And I saw a key date as November 4th, the new moon in Scorpio, Scorpio being a money sign. And there's going to be several planets in Scorpio, the sun, the moon, Mars, and Venus is about to go into Capricorn. Mercury goes into Scorpio the next day. So the 4th and 5th are going to be very active financial days for the markets. New moon, the 4th in November, but then remember, lunar eclipse comes on the 19th, which I feel is going to really affect things in the coming weeks and months, and not in a positive way. So SL and I were discussing about taking out profits, and I have always been getting some mixed messages. I felt like you have to get them out by the 5th or at the latest, let's say the 12th, a week before that full moon lunar eclipse. But I've also psychically gotten even the end of October, and other psychics, astrologers have said, no, there's going to keep booming. The market's going to keep going through November into December, which may be true. But I got a hit when doing a reading for one of SL's Patreons that it's going to be about accessing the funds, whether it's through the platform or however people want to take out their profits. And SL, you have a lot to say about that.
Yes, so at the end of the year, everyone is anticipating that the market will go up, and the whole community is sort of like figuring out like how much profit they're going to take.
Yes.
And everyone is sort of trying to beat the system. So there's astrologer predict that November 4th or November 6th, that's when the market have a big rally. And I'm suggesting that people should put their sales order onto the exchange like a week and a half before November 4th or 6th. If you want to sell 50,000 of, I don't know, Cardano, put in your sales order and then walk away. Because on the day, either November 4th or 6th, when the market has a big rally, the exchange will crash. You know, Binance, Coinbase, and all of them playing games, so it will crash. Then you cannot access the exchange. So therefore, it's better that we put our orders onto the exchange a week and a half before it happened.
I totally agree with that because even though it looks like it's boom time, the 4th, 5th, 6th, which, like I said, is around that Scorpio new moon, and then we're going to have Mercury, which is now going direct in Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Mars. It is going to really push it up. But as I saw psychically, that there will be problems with accessing funds, ACCESSING, accessing your profits because of a crash in platforms. I kept getting in a vision that platforms aren't going to be able to handle it. And you just confirmed all that. So that's good to know. Anything else we can say about that?
Yeah, I think at the end of the year, people, when we said that, cash out your profit, we're not talking about sell 100% of your whatever coin that you want to sell. Just sell the amount that you need to either pay up your debts or your student loans or whatever that you need, like 10% or 20%, you figure it out. You just sell at the top, and then when the market crashes in November, you can buy back lower. But sell the amount that you feel comfortable. You don't have to sell the same amount as your friends or whoever.
That's great advice, SL. So take out some profit to help yourself get debt-free and keep some in and buy some more when it goes lower, the prices. And then there is going to be another big boom coming in the spring of 2022, astrologically.
So January, February, and March of 2022?
I think January is going to be a very dicey month for crypto. February, we might start seeing some things happening February, March, and April for sure. That's when things will come back up, maybe even surpass where they reach during November of 2021.
Awesome. I think I agree with that.
So I think this is the time to share your hot tips.
Yeah, sure. So there's a lot of coin that will do really well. So what I'm about to share, some of them are long-term, like all of them are long-term coin that people should have in their portfolio. Each of these coin will rise at different time, but you want to have some of them in your portfolio if you have the budget for it. So the first one is XRP. It's a banking coin. Some people don't vibe with it, but if you look past it and if you in crypto to make money, XRP will do amazing. Icon is the next one. Zilica, IOST. Orion, ORION. Tfue, Elrond. So Elrond is an astrologer, a young astrologer. His name is Ayus. I follow him on his Twitter accounts. I interview him.
He's Vedic, right? Or is he Western?
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
He has his own system. He doesn't use the natal chart to read Bitcoin. So Elrond, he predicted in 2022 or 2023, it will be a household name. People will chase after Elrond like Etherium. It will go up to, according to him, $6,000. For short term, I got $480. So Elrond right now, let me quickly look it up. How much is Elrond? It's pretty high. It's expensive.
And what does that do in the blockchain? What does Elrond, how they all have a purpose? What is Elrond's?
Oh, Elrond, you see, right now it's $260. It's quite expensive. But if people buy and hold it for a few years later, when it goes to a couple $1,000, then they can treat Elrond $260 like buying Ethereum at $260. So Elrond is a platform where it's similar to Ethereum. It process transaction faster. It break down the transactions to multiple layer. They call sharding.
Yeah.
So yeah, and this one, the total supply is only 20 millions. So that's why.
That's why it's going to go up. And, on that point, what I've gotten is that any of the cryptos that are going to be faster moving, that's the future. They're going to take over some of the ones that will become more like dysfunctional if they can't keep up, obviously.
And then I have a few more coins that I think people should look into. XYO Network, VRA, Serum, SERUM.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, my spirit guide told me this one go to a couple $1,000s. Persistent will go to $4,000. I already posted that on my Telegram. And then the last one is Polka Dot.
I like polka dot. I feel like that, speaking of the faster, again, as somebody who just gets all this information psychically, I really like polka dot. I feel like it's going to be like the highway for some reason, and you might be able to explain why, that some of the other cryptocurrencies are like the hotels, but polka dot is something about the highway that makes everything else accessible. Does that make sense?
Yes. Yeah.
And in what way? I mean, this is just what my guidance has been psychically.
Polka Dots is similar to Ethereum, where developer can use the app and develop app, but also they came out with a lot of projects where I think they have now projects like a sister project, I think called Kusama, and then where right now, if you own Kusama, you can loan out Kusama and then you loan it out and then you earn interest. So they do a lot of fancy stuff. Polkadot and Kusama, they sister projects. So I cannot keep up with them, but they are going bonkers. The founder of sort of a genius.
Yeah, that's why I think it's going, whoever the founder is or whatever they're doing is basically already future oriented. And that's why in the next year, because Saturn is still in the sign Aquarius, Jupiter's going to go into Pisces, which is going to boost things like medicinal mushrooms and trance states. So that's not really going to have effect on crypto, except for, people are going to try to get more conscious. But the Saturn in Aquarius through 2022 is really going to amplify any of the genius aspects of crypto coins. And that's where I think Polkadot is going to really shine. Thank you, SL-369, a cryptocurrency clairvoyant who's been my guest here today. Thank you for coming on again, SL.
Thank you for having me again.
And I just want to let listeners know that you can contact and tune into SL-369's offerings through Twitter, through YouTube. Just put in her name and you'll find all the videos that she's made, and through her Telegram. This is all going to be in the show notes. And then most importantly is the Patreon site, SL-369 Crypto. And again, all these addresses will be in the show notes if you want to find out more about the wonderful work that SL-369 shares. This is Cosmic Scene with Jill Jardine, signing out, sending you healing crypto visions through the quantum field. Duh.